guys ready for your breakfast? There comes Tux, and I hear Stripe up the hill. Morris and Stripe came out of the doghouse. That pleased me, so I know they were warm overnight. Let me get back down the hill because my buddy, he's thinking about coming this way. That's right, we had an Amazon delivery yesterday and no time to unpack it.
Yeah, it was 2 heavy boxes. They both have
heavy labels. Well, I only order cat food and cat food, so.
Really? Oh, there was lots of cat food.
You done good, Donnie. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys know Don usually brings in the mail, but I'm usually the one that opens the mail. Don opens packages, gets rid of the cardboard, does all that stuff, but I open up mail and read it, and you know, this is important. I put it in Don's face in his inbox and his, or this is trash, and I just put it in the recycle bin for him. Yeah, exactly. This needs your attention, just like we were at IBM when he would come in the morning with or without coffee, and I would be, this customer needs you now, this is your second on your list, you know, like sort of. And no, I was not Don's secretary. I was just like the girl responsible for helping Don do what he needed to do.
Keep me focused.
Right.
Make sure I don't have a dull moment of my day.
Anyway, we got a survey request from Davis Research this week, and it has to do with Tesla, so we're sharing with you. Don used, what company did you use?
Scam Food. SCAMFOO.com. Scam Food.
Just to go out there and make sure they were a legitimate research company. It wasn't a brand new web address. This wasn't a phishing scheme for personal information or any stuff like that. And we determined that they've been around for a while. And then also when Don got into the survey, they didn't ask for credit card numbers or social security. And they already knew our address and our car, which is like DMV records. So anyway, we think it's legit. So if you got this and you want to answer it. But I got excited because there was a $10 Amazon gift card with the potential for a focus group with some cash money.
So take the survey, give me the gift card.
Yeah, exactly. Here, that's about what I said to him. Look, I need this Amazon gift card. Go take the survey.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so Don did his usual really good job on it. You want to give us a little overview of not everything to give it away, but a little bit about it.
Well, first of all, it was not via Tesla specific. I definitely would say they must have pulled DMV records for people who bought and registered electric cars, and that would be my guess, because they did ask about they had questions about plug-in hybrids and just regular hybrids and hydrogen fuel cell cars and things like that. They only actually, in one question as an example, they had the word Tesla. So, but they also had BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Japanese cars, Toyota, all of them. So you would be hard pressed to know that this thing, other than it had this alternative fuel vehicle slant, you would you'd be hard pressed it was anything about a Tesla. Now, they did ask me about my other cars, and I did tell them we had a Model Y, an X, and a GMC, and a Honda. So we did give them that information. What else did I say? I thought the survey, the only thing, they asked some valid questions, you know, trying to get how I think, you know, things that are important to me. So I would definitely say they got a lot of dirt on me for $10. So you know, I feel a little gypped that you know I was too easy, I guess. But I don't think anything. I'm not ashamed of anything they have. So if everything I gave them appeared in the newspaper, it wouldn't bother me. Yeah,
they asked Don if he cared about personalization. You know, every once in a while.
Do I buy big brand name items, and you know, do I have to have a designer label? You know, no.
Do you have to have the latest tech? Do you want to look cool? Sort of. It was like, are you buying so that you look cool?
Right.
Are you buying because you can
myself? Do I buy stuff to reward myself?
Yeah, we're not pre-filling you with all of his responses, but I think those of you that watch regularly will know how Don answered to some of these.
Yeah, the only thing I think was somewhat, they said it was only going to take 10 minutes. It took me probably closer to 30. but that's only because I did talk it out loud with Marianne. You know, just really.
He wanted agreement that the choice he picked, if I perceived him the same way he perceived himself, and I would say in 95%, I was absolutely there with him on everything he had already picked out.
Well, we had a 5-minute discussion at least on one question. And it has to do if you buy under hybrid or electric vehicle, an alternative fuel vehicle, does that basically categorize you as a greedy? You know,
right.
In other words, and I told Marianne, I don't think that's true. I said certainly there are people who they won't drive anything but electric because of the environment. But I also said there are also people who, you know, they won't. You would never describe them as a green person. They drive F-150 diesels. You know, they're never. You would just use a lot of words to describe them, but greedy wouldn't be the person. So I said, you know, it's at the extremes. It's never always and never are never true. So I don't think it's I don't consider somebody green because they drive an electric car or automatically green. That the only reason they're the most significant attribute of them is or in the top 5 is they're green. I don't consider that, but I'm sure other people are still thinking that way. I think it's changed. I think, you know, back in the Prius's days, way back when in the early days, I think it was more true. Every college professor, you know, they all drove Priuses, but I think that's changed now.
Right. Well, the question also wasn't EV 100% plug-in battery. It was hybrid and you know, so that also complicated answering it. Yeah. You know, but it was fun, and it was so fun for us because we had some discussion about it. So Don answered for him, but we had some discussion. It was kind of fun. So I hope he personally gets on the focus group. Yeah, there's going to be. They said they're going to review my answers and see if they want him. And if they decide that, you know, I'm worth talking to, a Zoom type call with 4 to 5 other participants like me, and it'll take a couple hours, and they'll give me $275 for that. I just think it would be fun. Yeah, plus, the coin's not bad. But my guess is because I'm 63, they're gonna clip that. I'm not. In the demographic they're interested in. Yeah, there's certain miss, you know, go no go switches, and I think a male 63 years old is not the demographic they're trying to go after. They're you know, if you're a female and 32, they're probably your guaranteed lock. Don always feels like, and I'm being careful here, that he's in that group that just gets sort of bypassed by. Hopefully not this time. I'm the invisible group, you know. Nah. Hi, Mittens. Did my computer make the table warm? Is it like a heating pad? Oh, Sweet Tux is asleep, which is actually always a good thing because then he's not out getting himself in trouble, and I really care about him, so I don't want him in trouble. Don pulled Jules out to do a little touch-up before he loads up the GMC for us to go to the landfill. I'm headed to the garage to decide what to get us for dinner tonight out of the freezer. And I've been working on Legos. I've been sweeping the floor or just doing the Saturday morning chores. It's not really cold enough out here for snow this afternoon, but I think they did say we could see a snowflake, and we are having just a little tiny light rain right now. So Don's loaded up. I'm fixing to get in, and we are off to the excitement for the day, the landfill. I have to think about if there's any place in town I want Don to let me go in. Do I need anything from Walmart, that kind of thing. Yeah, it looks like a winter day out there. Don said what he heard was it's really cold aloft, so it's probably snowing up there at 30,000 feet, but down here near the ground it's a little bit too warm. And we've just seen a few spots of rain and not even many at that, so we'll see. We see a snowflake. We're on snowflake patrol again. Yeah, such is life in central North Carolina. It's just your typical day at the landfill. I thought maybe it would be more congested on Saturday afternoon, but it doesn't look too bad today. There goes Dawn with the recyclables. People are really having trouble backing up over there. That guy in the blue pickup truck. I feel for him. It's not a lot of space, and then you can't see, as Dawn's told you, it's kind of hard, and they insist on making these landfills where you have to back up, and the guy in the blue truck, he just kind of punted it, didn't pull back all the way. I don't know why. His truck's not that big. I'm sure he did the best he could. You can't really see. Well, if you want to do pickup truck viewing, you just go to the landfill. So how many? 6 dozen eggs today?
6 dozen eggs.
And 3 bags of pecans. Mr. Ball looks like he's doing good today. That's always a relief. Y'all come back. Don's finishing up paying. Here he comes. I could have got the door for you.
That's all right.
I was too busy taking pictures and looking pretty. So instead of headed home, we headed up Old Stage Road here toward Vance Elementary, where Johnny went to elementary school. And this is where I-540 is going to cross. I do believe that's what this is. They're doing utility pole relocation and culverts and erosion work and that kind of thing. Wow. They're really changing the face of Old Stage over here for sure. So we're looking at that. We're going to take a little loop down here, turn left on 1010 down to Fanny Brown and come back over to Banks Road, make a little circle, because there's another spot where it's crossing near here where, you know, obviously there's a road we can drive down, we can see. But that whole 540 thing, it's really changing the face of Southern Wake County. We were all upset 10, 15, 20 years ago that they put 540 up at Wake Forest. Like, what's Wake Forest needed? We got all these traffic problems down here on this side of town. Here's the little elementary school. I guess 540 going in pretty close won't affect the little school. Because we're within like 3 or 4 miles of where I used to live and not too far from Michelle's house. But yeah, it's definitely changing the face of Southern Wake County over here. We're not so sure we want it now. I think after we really wished we wanted it 20 years ago is what I was starting to say. Is, you know, you think you want it, until then you got to see people's houses have to be demolished or moved or bought out and trees knocked down. And you know, it takes a lot to put in an interchange where it crosses an important road. It's, you know, maybe it's not quite so bad where it's just the highway, but you've seen the turnpike we drive on. You know that thing's 3 lanes wide, and it's got nice median and extra a shoulder, and you know, that's pretty big swath of land it's got to chew up to come through. The sun is not helpful for seeing much here, but we just turned. We're all down the. We do have a car behind us, but you can see where it's coming through here on Banks Road. Here, I'll turn this way. Wow, that's a really wide swath, and there's a housing development there, and you know, I'm sure the people that bought that home, that land, and built on it 15, 20 years ago, they weren't really anticipating a major interstate highway coming right past their house. So I feel for them. Yeah, Wake Tech has a lot of buildings around town now, around Wake County for education, but the very original one is the one that I drive past all the time to go to downtown Raleigh. That was the original campus all those years ago, and I guess it's good for the campus now that the interstate's coming back over near that campus, because some of the newer locations are already close to the Beltline, so theoretically you could kind of hop around the Beltline if you had to pick up a class. I figure it can't be bad for the college. I'm not sure how good it is for the residents over on this side of town though. I had Don let me off at Walmart, and either they haven't stocked the kitty food, restocked it, or it's gone again. Don took the shopping cart back for us. I got kitty litter and a storage bin and a couple other things, not much. There's Jules, all nice and clean. Don says she's good as new, just as if he'd got out the pressure washer. Our butcher box did come. It did come overnight, and everything looks good. I'm making quiche, and you know what that means in a meat-loving household. That means lots of bacon, some Canadian bacon, ham, and Pinky Link sausages. Should be pretty good. Obviously, you could do all vegetables or a mix, but in our house, it's usually 3 meat. Quiche and bacon just out of the oven. Can't get any better than that.
That's right.